All right, gang, thank you to all of you who have stuck with me, who know that I truly, sincerely am about constitutional rights and civil liberties. And it was kind of a bumpy day. We're going to get past it. All the drama is going to get left behind. And in leaving it behind, I have to kind of address 2 points, and then I'm done with it. But it's to answer somebody that responded to me and said, first of all, if you're an activist, say you're an activist and you're a constitutional activist, but you censor people. Anybody that comments and talks bad about Hemming, you take the comments down. Well, from now on, I'm going to take comments down of anybody that talks about anybody. And I'm sorry if you feel I'm censoring you, but the drama and the gossip, take that to Dr. Laura YouTube channel or something. Doesn't belong here. We're going to talk here. We're going to talk about activism and civil rights and constitutional liberties and, going forward and doing audits and doing cop watching and bad police. And we're going to talk about all that. So all that gossip and drama about people and members and YouTubers, not here. I'm sorry if that's censorship, but no drama, no gossip. The second thing and final thing, they said, well, what did Hemming cry to you and make you take that video down that you did? It was about the little feud between the YouTubers, whom both I love, both of those guys. Nobody asked me to. Nobody told me to. I took it down because my conscience bothered me. And I said, I acted, it was out of emotion that I did that video because I love both of those guys and I was defending the one's honor. And maybe I shouldn't have, as an afterthought. So my conscience bothered me. I took it down. Why did I leave the other one up where I defend Felipe Hemming? Because I think it should stay up. It's just me, man. You do you, boo-boo. Okay? But I'll leave it up for a while until someone urges me to take it down. But that's it. We're past it. We're going to move on now with constitutional activism. On with the news. Back to business. All right, guys, today's story is a follow-up story. Remember last week I talked about the Pittsburgh police officer that shot the 17-year-old in the back. Well, there's things happening there. There's follow-up. I'm going to give it to you today. If you want to read this story in its entirety, you can click the link below in the description box and read the whole story for yourself. I'm going to give you quite a bit of it right here, right now. A Pennsylvania mayor is under fire after reportedly calling for protesters of the police shooting death of 17-year-old Antoine Rose Jr. to be destroyed by water cannon. Now, remember, it was Antoine Rose Jr., the 17-year-old that was shot in the back by the Pittsburgh police officer as he ran. Now, why he ran doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he had a warrant or if he was just scared of the police or whatever. He was shot in the back running, and we're going to get to that in a second. Karen Piccone, the Democratic mayor of Arnold, Pennsylvania, is facing backlash after screenshots of controversial posts allegedly made on her personal Facebook page went viral. Piccone reportedly called for rioters to be destroyed by a water cannon in one of the posts widely circulated on social media. Pennsylvania mayor's alleged remarks arrived as hundreds of people on Tuesday marched to protest Rose's death and called for criminal charges against the accused officer. Rose was shot to death by Pittsburgh police officer Michael Rosfeld last week. And Michael Rosfeld left his job with the University of Pittsburgh Police after his report and the evidence didn't line up. That's right. This guy's report, his police report, didn't line up with the evidence, so he left his job. Well, how many times do we read that where something happened and the police report says this, and then we see the body cam footage and we go, that's not what he said. That's not what she said. So there you go. It's another case of it, and he left his job over it. The teenager was fatally shot at a traffic stop after he attempted to flee from a vehicle that officials said matched the description of another car used in a shooting incident minutes earlier. It wasn't even the correct car. He murdered this kid thinking he was an armed shooter, and it wasn't even the right car. So the shooting has sparked a wave of protests and demonstrations. To wit, in a separate Facebook post, Piccone reportedly wrote, "We need one of those for tomorrow," and she was referring to a large water cannon targeting protesters. Now, they're reporting that she went on to post, "I'm posting this so the authorities everywhere sees this. Bring the hoses." And then she reportedly wrote, "They don't care about jobs for PGH. None of them work now. That's how they can do this at 7 a.m. Very sad." Arnold City Councilman Philip McKinley told the local outlet he was flabbergasted by those screenshots of that, allegedly saying that when she said those people don't work in the morning, you knew what she was talking about. City of Arnold is predominantly African American. We all live side by side. It shouldn't be about race. The comment is not called for whatsoever. So here she's talking about a predominantly African American neighborhood, and she says, well, they don't work anyway. That's why they're here at 7 a.m. You know, I get that one time too. When I was off, it was my Friday off. I'm off every other Friday. And I was out doing an audit, and I posted the audit on YouTube, and someone commented on there, "Wow, if you'd get a job, you wouldn't have to walk around all day harassing people." Well, I'm not even going to, get into all the other parts of that. I could. But my point is the judgment here, the judgmental mind that just because someone's not at work means they don't work. That's not always true. They might have the day off. They might be on staycation. I don't take vacations. I take staycations. But it might be that. It might be, maybe they took a sick day and I don't know, something to that effect. But don't ever judge that somebody doesn't work because they're not at work. That's ludicrous. And I'm not talking about the rapper. But McKinley goes on to be quoted as saying, "I don't believe it is something that the mayor should be posting. Everybody has the right to demonstrate. Once this gets out there, I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people calling for something, an apology or a resignation." Piccone's office denied the mayor made the controversial posts to the local outlet. They're saying that they were made maybe by a staffer or somebody else. Come on. The mayor put those posts. Don't skirt around it. Don't say, well, the mayor didn't do it. It was a staffer. Then fire the goddamn staffer. Okay? So I want to know what you guys think about this. How dare a mayor come out and if she did make those comments, how dare she come out and make those comments and try to, quell the protesters by squirting them with water cannons. And if a staffer made those comments, we better get a report that staffer was fired. I want to know what you guys think. This guy shot a 17-year-old in the back just because he was running away from the cops, and it wasn't even the right car. News Now, Ukaipa. We're back to business, guys. Put all the drama aside. We're back in business. We're back to doing what we do good and do right and do correct. Thank you, everybody who stuck with me. And hey, look, we're back on the tracks, and we're going to do good things. Talk to you guys later.